We're here today to discuss the process improvement project that will help alleviate a lot of the problems that we have in our quality control and the errors in shipping that we are facing daily. So the first step, the phase one, is the quality tool analysis. In completing this, we will find the failings and where to correct the processes and what's been going on. The internal audit process is something to keep it in open line of communication with the stakeholders. We will have a problem identification and corrective action and methodologies used, the stakeholder analysis, and the project plan. The project plan is the most important part of launching everything, and that will be at the very end. So let's move on to the next steps. Internal audits. Internal audits are an integral part of the process. They keep the stakeholders aware of the problems and fixes during the process. Internal audits will attempt to help in keeping an open line of communication between the project managers and the stakeholders. The internal audits are also going to be used for checking on processes during the launch and implementation of the project. They will be able to jump in and say, is this how's this section of the project looking? Is everything okay? The internal audits will be used by the stakeholders to check on the whole process of the project. So next we have the problem identification. So we've identified the problem of quality control and not packaging the product properly or taking too much time in packaging the product. The product is arriving to the customer is damaged, and we need to correct what is going on with that. We're taking the product from one part of the process and moving to the last piece, which is going to be the shipping and quality control. Corrective actions in this is to improve the procedures in the shipping at one product. We will be trying to implement different processes and how they can handle the product and when it gets to that department into the end result. And the end result is to keep it not all the time spent on packaging, but the product to arrive to the consumer in the shape it's supposed to be in. And next we will discuss the methodologies. This cross-business functionality is the most important part of this. We need to keep all the departments working together and understanding that the processes can't be complete without the prior process being smooth, which in our case is the sewing department. Moves into assembly, and assembly is the process that moves just before it goes into quality control and then shipping. And part of the problem is quality control is lacking in the observance of the product being what it needs to be. They're just pushing it through to shipping. Shipping doesn't care about the process being complete. They just put it in a box and ship it. So two steps are being missed, and consumers are getting the product damaged or not complete because nobody's catching it. Flowcharts will be implemented with each department in their steps and how they proceed forward to the next one, and then what their process is supposed to have to further the product to the next department. If that department doesn't handle their project correctly, then the next step cannot be completed. It has to stay there until it's completed. Communication with stakeholders is very important in this process because the stakeholders will they want to know, they want to make sure that the process is being complete. Each step has its own laid out plan, and the end result is going to be an effective project plan that is implemented across all departments, and the strategies are kept as they want them to be, and the growth of the business is the most important part of the process. So next we have the stakeholder analysis. Stakeholders will run the internal audits every 2 weeks. The purpose of this is to make sure that they start with this a short process. It's only 3 months, 4 months, Our goal is to be completed by March 1st, so 3 months in the project. They will run the internal audits every 2 weeks, so that will keep them in the loop of everything going on, and they can jump in and see the process and where it's at without a long term going by and them not understanding what the process is. You want to see a smooth process, so this is another purpose we're doing this for, is to keep this smooth, and the end result is to keep the product flowing out the door, and the customer is not receiving a product that is damaged or just damaged product. We don't want to see that going out the door anymore. So implementation of the process. The first steps in this project plan to help create the process launch. The purpose of this project is to correct any and all errors in the QC process. All employees will understand the importance of this process and why they are in place. The launch date with stakeholders is March 1st, 2020. So that concludes the process from beginning to end and why we're implementing this process. Quality control is really seeing a dive in the product going out the door, and we want to make that changes to that process. So if there are any further questions, please let me know. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.